Welcome to Crafted to Win. Thank you for joining us today. We all want to see better work. We all want to see better entries. And we all want to see more winners. That is why many members of the jury have requested that we provide the opportunity for this type of training. Many thanks to our esteemed jurors who have volunteered their time for this great assignment. So over the next 2 days, representatives of each of the juries will be helping us to understand the peculiarities of their category, what they think are the common errors, and what they think a good entry should be. I will be going over the general plan for Picture Festival 2026 in the first part of my presentation, and later I will also be discussing how to navigate through the entries portal and give a quick preview of the new care category. As you can see, the main festival time is the 14th to the 16th of May 2026. And leading up to that time, we have the Young Picture Academy starting on the 9th of March 2026, and the Future Picture Student Academy beginning on the 23rd of March 2026. Before we continue, permit me to share a few of the many arts from the Picture Awards archive that I always remember with excitement. The first one is a 2021 Grand Prix in film by Caractère Senegal for Sonatel to promote girl-child education, and it is called Jigin Jangal.
Abdou jugal ñu dem bala ñoo tàdd heure bi jot na.
daw leen balaa ngeen a tàdd dégg ngeen.
Est-ce que moo ko nga tab multiplication?
Oui.
Oui, ma xool. Deuxième ma xool.
2 par 1, 2. 2 par 2, 4. 2 par 3, 20.
Déedéet du 2 fois 3 de commencé waat.
2 par 1, 2. 2 par 2, 4. 2 par 3, 6. 2 par 4, 8. 2 par 5, 10. 2 par 6, 12. 2 par 7, 14. 2 par 8, 16. 2 par 9, 12. 2 par 10, 20.
Ah, mokk na. Asagaa.
Dak fi ba. Mo dak fi ba kii de. Galeen waay balaa heure bi garaaw accident ba pare.
Garaaw accident.
Sénégal, sunu société yëngatu na. Sunu société yëngatu na. Nanu am fayda, nanu am fayda. Nanu respecté sunu Sénégal. Sunu société yëngatu na. Sunu société yëngatu na.
Pour ouvrir les portes de l'avenir à tous, nous agissons pour le maintien des filles à l'école. Avec nous, engagez-vous.
The world is still healing from the trauma of COVID-19. The next ad frames moments from that era for posterity and shows that human ingenuity can overcome any seemingly impossible situation. Another 2021 Grand Prix, the Grand Prix in live events by King James Group, now called Acceptor Song, South Africa for Salam, the Olympian. Please watch.
China has more than 200 confirmed cases of coronavirus.
The running tally of people infected has doubled.
What do you do when a global pandemic cancels your plans?
Now, there have already been major concert cancellations in Asia.
2020 Summer Olympics, now the latest major sports cancellation caused by the global...
How big this is.
It's almost too much to take on.
You make a new one.
Caitlin Rosecrans was meant to spend the 2nd of August at the 2020 Olympics.
We created a plan B for one of South Africa's Olympic hopefuls.
Forced to wait an additional year to ever to represent South Africa.
Sanlam introduced the world to Caitlin Rosecrans.
I don't believe that I've given up on anything in my life.
And on Sunday, the 2nd of August at 5 p.m. Japan Standard Time, at the exact moment she would have gone for gold in Tokyo, Caitlin performed her Olympic routine, live streamed for South Africa and the world to watch.
The power of technology would have brought home gold for South Africa at Tokyo 2020.
If you missed it, here's the slip.
Caitlin, I'm just going to call you my official subordinate.
I had tears. I had
Caitlin was the only Olympian the world saw perform in 2020. And Sanlam showed that though plans change, dreams don't have to.
And finally, this material is by Publicis West Africa in Ghana and won a silver in film in 2025. It's based on the story of Mansa Musa of the great ancient Mali Empire, the richest person to ever live in this world. I want to highlight this because if schools will not teach African history, then our creators and storytellers must take it upon themselves to tell these stories and provoke thinking and learning. Mansa Musa is well known for his famous pilgrimage to Mecca that crashed the economies of cities along his path. But I think we should also focus a bit on his predecessor, Mansa Abubakar II, who abdicated the throne to discover the Americas nearly 2 centuries ahead of Christopher Columbus. Let's watch King Mansa Musa Magister with Grammy Award-winning Malian singer Umo Sangare.
Akatini aduma, atando akatini aduma, ajila star akatini aduma, atando akatini aduma, ajila star. Niba fejela siki gadi aila, niba feka ke baraye, mali muso veko, burukina muso. Nigeri muso ubeko, Côte d'Ivoire muso ubeko, Senegal muso luko, La Guinée muso ubeko, Sierra Leone muso luko. musubeko Cameroon musoluko Congo musoluko Gambia musobeko Nigeria musoluko Angola musoluko Mauritania musubeko Majilasta Avekenanga tomatu Yabakeneni sumbalanu Avekenanga jeke usulu Kokonu mi fefenu Akatimi aduma Atandu akatimi aduma Majila star akatimi aduma Atandu akatimi aduma Majila star Musolwe Farafina Musolwe
So the theme for Picture Festival in 2026 is creating with African intuition, from drum beats to data. This theme explores the richness of African creativity, intuitive, expressive, and deeply rooted in culture. By drawing from cultural rhythms and contemporary insights, we envision an Africa where creativity drives progress, inspires new industries, and shapes a future that is both original and interconnected. So these are the tracks that we expect to see in 2026. Picture Awards, the flagship program, Picture Archive database, the Picture Talks, the platform for seminars and workshops, Picture Academies, including the Future Picture Student Academy and the Young Picture Academy. Also, Picture Impact, creating a better Africa, and Picture Showcase. The Picture Awards is the flagship programs of the festival, and for 2026 has grown to include 9 categories, namely care, channel, craft, culture, digital, effectiveness, entertainment, good, and heritage. The Picture Talks is the platform for seminars, workshops, and all the general industry learning programs that we share during the festival. And our database, the Picture Archive, includes materials since 2020. This is available for free, and this could be used as reference materials during the creative process or as a guide while making your entry. Now to our first academic program, the Future Picture Student Academy, formerly known as the Future Creative Leaders Academy. This is where we engage the future of our industry and try to be a vital part of their preparation to join the workforce. We call this the Professional Immersion Program. A major highlight of the program is the FPSA competition. Many are used to FCLA competition, but the name is changing this year. So this is where the students are challenged to create an advertising campaign. In addition to the winning students, FPSA competition also recognizes the best supervising lecturer and the top participating universities. So the teachers and the school managers are not left out. Likewise, we have the Young Picture Academy, formerly known as the Young Professionals Academy, and is dedicated to young professionals under 30. We usually say that these are the foot soldiers of the industry. It is important to get things right at this level. They not only determine how things run today, because they are the ones that implement all the ideas and instructions, but they also determine how the organization will fare tomorrow, because they are the ones that will lead it. Registration is currently open, and we have a lot of exciting plans for this year, including 1 week of cross-disciplinary masterclasses, 1 week of sector-specific masterclasses, plus watch parties in designated cities. Also included for this year is the highly anticipated Young Pitcher Competition, which has now become even more exciting as it has been redesigned as a team competition comprising 2 young professionals. So the pitcher impact, not so many people know about this, but the pitcher impact is the advocacy arm of the festival and helps to channel the creativity of our community for social good. In the past, members of the Young Pitcher Academy and the Future Pitcher Student Academy have created social impact ideas for this platform. Going forward, we intend to forge media partnerships to give greater visibility to these efforts and ideas. And our showcase, the Pitcher Festival, being a digital-first event, relies on programs like the Pitcher Showcase to provide us with the opportunity of meeting members of our community in person in their various cities. We started in the second quarter of 2025 with the Pitcher Showcase in Cannes. Then in the third quarter, we had the Pitcher Showcase in Lagos, and we already have other cities lined up, which will be announced in due course. So these are the key dates for 2026. Registration is already open for the academies since 1st of October. Entries for Pitcher Awards will be opening November 1, and the deadline for speaker requests will be the 28th of January. And the YPA session will be from the 9th to the 20th of March. That's the learning session, because it actually extends all the way through to the main festival. Also, the learning session for FPSA will be from the 23rd to the 27th of March. And the Pitcher Awards entries will close on the 31st of March. Finally, the main festival will hold from the 14th to the 16th of May, with the announcement, and close with the announcement of the Pitcher Awards winners. So I'll just take us through the technical part of making your entry. What do you actually need to do? This is basic, mostly intuitive, but let's just discuss it. And if you have a question, we'll also have it answered. So to start off, I'll say the easiest way is you go to the homepage of the Pitcher Festival, and you'll see this button right at the top that says Enter Awards. It's not showing now, but it will start showing on the 1st of November when entries open. So that's one way to access the entry portal. The second way is to click the Pitcher Awards on the menu bar, which will take you to the main Picture Awards page. And from there, you also gain access to the entry portal. So when you are the entry portal, if you're coming there for the first time, and everybody will, as I'll be arriving there for the first time for 2026, even if you had created a profile for 2025, you need to create your profile for 2026. Although the platform is same feel and look like that of 2025, is actually a brand new platform, so without any data included. So everybody has to register anew. So that means that if it's your first time of going there, the button, the text button that says new user under in blue, you click that, and that will take you to the registration page where you fill your details. After that, you're ready to start your entries. So to begin entry, you select the category. The category is actually a subcategory because the main categories in Picture Awards are groups of subcategories. So on that channel, for instance, you find several subcategories. You are actually entering into the subcategory, not the main category. This year we have 9 main categories, and each one has subgroups under them. So once you do that, you'll be able to fill in the form fields with the relevant information, the basic information about the title, the date, when the ad started running for the first time, when it will complete, if it has completed, the kind of material you're entering, whether it's film, where it ran. In some categories, you need to answer that question. If you ran several materials, what were they? Some of them, they ask, the way it's asked, that some people mistake location for a particular, an actual place. But location means whether it was TV, it was newspaper, it was cinema, and that can also be an actual place. For instance, it could be stadium for live events, it could be museum for certain event, it could be anything. So, but wherever the campaign took place, you need to enter that. And then you begin to upload your materials. All categories except those in the heritage and craft require at least a case board. It's okay to case videos are becoming more popular these days. Almost everybody does a case video, but it's not mandatory. But I know that jurors like case videos. So if you have the ability to produce a case video, it is recommended. And for all the categories, even if it is audio and you don't have a case board, we also would like you to have a key visual. This is not used in the judging, but it's used in presenting your materials when you win. For instance, if we're going to have an exhibition and materials are going to be printed, would like something to show when talking about your work. So every category requires a key visual. That key visual could be your case board, and if there's no case board, let us know if you can produce a key visual that kind of captures the essence of your work. Then the media specification. So for exhibitions mostly, we want all the material submitted to be uniform so that everything is well organized. So if you're going to have a portrait, we want 2,400 pixels by 3,000 pixels. And if you're going to do a landscape, it should be 3,000 pixels by 2,400 pixels. Video format, also to ensure that our production team is able to play back everything that you send. We'll request that your videos are MP4 or MOV, and there should be a maximum of 250 megabytes. If you have additional materials, you can submit any size actually, because most of the submission platforms or submission forms have a field that will enable you to, first of all, upload your material to the cloud, and then give us access to it, and then paste the URL in the field. And then there's another field below that where you can then describe the content of the folder that you have uploaded to the cloud. And please follow the specifications for proper standardization. To submit your entries, you can see the buttons to the right. When you click confirm, it means that you have submitted. If you want to submit, then start on a new entry, then you click confirm to submit. It should be, I think it's confirm and add new, sorry, to add a new entry. Then if you're still working on it, but you want to pause at that point, then you can then save as draft. Please remember, just like the jurors have been saying today, please remember to make every entry unique. Generic entries don't impress jurors. If you have an entry in culture, for instance, and you're entering the same thing in channel, even within channel category, if you have use of data and use of media and all the details are the same, the jurors usually frown at that. So that's why it's good to start your entries early so that you can have time. We have almost from November to March. That's a period of close to 5 months to be able to craft your entries. So if you start early so that you can give every material the best. And again, another advantage of starting early is because we have staggered entry fees. So if you're entering in November and December, you're actually entering at a discount because the standard fees begin in January. So after you've submitted, you'll still be able to view your submission. You'll still be able to edit it. You'll still be able to duplicate. And if you don't want that anymore, you can delete. The benefit of being able to duplicate is to use it for a new entry that's not very different from the last one. So instead of having to provide all the information afresh, when you duplicate, it helps you to just tweak the few areas that you want to make changes in. And when you've done all this to finalize your entry, it's when you now make the payment. You can pay online, but it has to be by card, and it has to be in USD. To pay in Naira, for instance, if you're entering from Nigeria, or to pay by bank transfer from anywhere else, you choose telegraphic transfer. And then when you do that, we'll send you an invoice with details of the payment and bank details for transfer. So these are additional information that is important to remember. Please use the updated browsers, whether it's Chrome, Firefox, Edge, or Safari for best results. Always save your progress frequently to avoid data loss. It can be terrible after you've done so much only to find out that something happens and you didn't save all the materials that you've been entering. Then the entry duration is from 1st of November to 31st of March 2026. And the standard rates run from January to the end of February. There are two rate increases, one at the end of February and one at the end of March. And we're always around to help. You can use the FAQs on the main website or the live chat to get information at any time, or by just simply sending us an email to info@picturefestival.com. So that's it for the technical part. I'd like to proceed to do a preview of the new care category. But maybe I can take questions if there are. Yeah, we'll share. Somebody is asking if we can share, if we're going to have the recording. Yes, we'll have the recording afterwards, and we'll let you know how to access it. If there are questions, I could also take that. Questions on the first segment of my presentation and questions on how to navigate through the portal. If there are any questions on both, please let me know. Take that before the preview of the new care category. So we like to celebrate creativity, the creativity that heals, empowers, and transforms, which is why we just had to consider creating the care category. So health and well-being are central to human progress. And we know that Africa faces unique public health, wellness, and access challenges. Creativity can also play a role in helping to boost access to some of these challenges, and also limit some of the problems that people are facing now. The care category recognizes work that improves life through communication. So what is the care category? It's a new main category honoring health-related communication, open to brands, agencies, non-profits, startups, and institutions. Basically, anybody that does campaign in the health-related areas, recognizes campaigns that address physical, mental, emotional, and social health, health equity and access, as well as innovation in health tech and services. So these are the people that should enter. So everybody, like I said, advertising agencies and brands with health-related campaigns, health brands and pharmaceutical companies, wellness and fitness platforms, NGOs and public health organizations, health tech startups and digital health innovators, employers with internal well-being programs, and advocacy groups and social impact campaigners. Yeah. So these are the subcategories that we have in public health. Since it's a new entry, eventually I'll be sharing from Cannes Lions so that we can see international samples before we now have our own materials that we're going to begin to share, hopefully by next year. So we have public health and safety, pharmaceuticals and medical products, wellness and lifestyle, health tech and innovation, healthcare services, insurance, employee well-being and internal care, then health equity and advocacy. So ideally, every jury will set their own criteria before they set to work. But in general, we can tell that these are the things that they will be looking for. One is the clarity of purpose and audience insight, cultural sensitivity and regulatory awareness, creative execution and storytelling, measurable impact, awareness, access, behavior change or innovation, then relevance to the chosen subcategory. I see that in other categories, a lot of the juries complain that certain materials that are entered into a particular subcategory should not be in that subcategory, that they will sit better in another subcategory. And many times they end up disqualifying those entries. As organizers, you see our hands are usually tied. There's nothing that we can do. The judges have the final say as far as judging the materials are concerned. However, where we can help is before the entries are finalized for submission. So if you like to pick our brains and ask where you think your material should be, please do. We'll always, but whatever we tell you is just for purposes of guiding you through the process. And you need to know that the judges have the final say. Okay, just like in other categories, we have mandatory requirement being the case board. You need to have at least once, and you also need to have at least one sample of creative material. Yeah, if you've submitted the case board and you've told them that is a visual summary of your campaign, we also want to see what the original campaign was. So your campaign and the case board. Optional materials could be anything from your case video to the award show film. You might have a different case video from what you want to be shown when you win. Some people do that. Then you can also have supporting content that could be images, they could be PDFs or URLs. Those are optional, but the two mandatory items are your case board and the actual material that you run. So what I think are tips for a strong entry are: one, tailor your rationale to a subcategory. Avoid generic case studies, be specific. Highlight the human impact of your visuals to bring your story to life. Ensure anonymity, no agency logos unless self-promotion. This applies to all categories. We still get this, and it could be painful. Not sometimes the jurors overlook, but if the jury, if they are strict, they could just decide to disqualify. Even if your material is going to get a gold, they could still disqualify that simply because you have put the logo of your, or the name of your agency, maybe not even the logo, you have written it into the rationale. That could be a major reason for disqualification. Unless the campaign is a self-promotion campaign. In other words, it's about your agency. Then there are rules also guiding self-promotion campaigns. But if you have done a campaign for a client, your name should not be on it. So why does it matter to have this category? Health is a shared responsibility. creative professionals have the power to influence. The care category elevates the role of creativity in healing, advocacy, and access. Let your work be part of Africa's health transformation story. So I'll proceed to give examples from Cannes Lions. No particular years in mind. I just picked samples within the last 3 or 4 years that I thought were interesting and that have done well, just to provoke our minds, just to guide and for us to better understand the subcategories. So for public health and safety, these are campaigns promoting health awareness, disease prevention, sanitation, and safety. We have this one, it's called a Killer Pack, and it's from India and won a Grand Prix in health and wellness category.
In 2021, the WHO estimated 400 million dengue cases in India per year. The number of cases have increased over 30-fold in the last 5 decades. While Indians use mosquito-repelling coils inside the house, the real problem lies outside. Garbage collection points in India are breeding grounds for mosquitoes because all they need is just 1 centimeter of water to lay their eggs. While we can't change the garbage situation in India, we can stop mosquitoes from breeding in them. Introducing the Killer Pack. A pack when disposed kills mosquito larvae outside the house, while the non-toxic coil fights mosquitoes inside, breaking the vicious cycle. The 100% biodegradable packaging is lined and printed with 5% active probiotic Bacillus thuringiensis that acts against mosquito larvae. This pack disintegrates into water and moist environments when disposed in places like garbage dumps, dustbins, garden ponds, stagnant water, and stormwater drains. This strain is approved and recommended by the WHO, the CDC, the ICMR, and the EPA, while causing no harm to birds, dogs, or any other species. We launched this packaging in the hot pockets of India where major mosquito-related diseases were on the rise.
જેટલા વધુ મચ્છરો તેટલા વધુ પ્રમાણમાં કિલર પેકનો ઉપયોગ થશે અને તેનો નિકાલ કરવામાં આવશે. ખરેખર મારા મત મુજબ આ એક ખૂબ જ સહેલી અને સ્વયં સંચાલિત પ્રક્રિયા છે.
The Killer Pack kills mosquitoes inside and out.
Okay, so this is another beautiful one from Saudi Arabia, yes, and also won a gold in Cannes Lions Health and Wellness in 2024.
During the development of the formulation, we came up with several challenges, some from a religious point of view. So we could not use anything using any alcohol. So alcohol is most commonly used for antibacterial and sanitizing products. So we had to look at natural potential solutions. So our research brought us to tea tree. Tea tree oil is really effective against a broad spectrum of bacteria because it disrupts the cell membrane of the bacteria itself.
Once we'd chosen tea tree oil as the sanitizing element, we had to integrate it into a semi-solid compound.
So we've had to develop a way of creating a bead, a solid bead, covered in this softer compound. Now, how we've done that is by developing a molding technique.
For the product to be successful, it had to seamlessly integrate with the user's practices. That meant we had to match the aesthetic to existing prayer beads on the market.
We really had to look at the different environments that the beads would come under. So primarily if they're handed out on an aeroplane, which is an air-conditioned environment, and then maybe taken to a pilgrimage, which is outdoor in a very warm climate. So we had to make sure that the beads could withstand both climates and be used in this temperature.
ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इस्तेमाल करें इस तस्वीर को हेल्थ के लिए भी फायदेमंद है और बुजुर्गों के लिए या बच्चों के लिए आसान है.
Yes, it's going to be variable. Often they develop a lot of keeping pieces in their hands free of jam.
हमारे लिए भी और दूसरे की हेल्थ के लिए भी बहुत ही जबरदस्त किस्म के طبيعية.
طبيعي.
حاجة جديدة وحاجة ملمسها حلو.
اختراع جميل جدا، منها تسجيل وذكر ومنها تعقيد كمان.
So that's a fantastic concept, I must say. So for pharmaceuticals and medical products, these are communication for prescription drugs, OTC products, and medical devices and diagnostics. Let's see the examples from SickBeats. This for Abuja and Area 23. This one in 2021 and also won a Grand Prix.
Having cystic fibrosis means that my lungs don't work as much and have a bunch of mucus in them. This is my airway clearance vest. It hits my chest over and over, and it loosens the mucus in my lungs so I can cough it out. Kids with CF, we have to do this all the time. Wearing the vest is the worst part of my day. I'm so excited my vest is here.
Turn up the volume.
Oh my goodness! It really works! That's cool.
There is a specific sound frequency, 40 hertz, that is proven as effective as traditional CF vest therapy. It loosens mucus so patients can cough it up.
Yep, that is working!
The Woojer SickBeats vest syncs to your smartphone and pulls these frequencies from the music you're listening to, delivering them to the chest in real time.
It feels like my treatment!
The SickBeats experience operates through Spotify. We scanned the millions of songs on Spotify to collect the songs containing the 40 hertz tone and gave the CF community dedicated access to the therapeutic song library simply by following the SickBeats profile on Spotify. In the Spotify app, kids can access thousands of therapeutic songs and discover new playlists to make their CF treatment the best part of their day.
It feels like I'm inside a speaker! That feels so cool!
That's a nice balance between keeping well and music. So for wellness and lifestyle, these are campaigns that promote health awareness, disease work focused on fitness, nutrition, mental health, and holistic well-being. Can see this example from Little Sugar, another interesting one, and also directed at children. Also won a gold lion in 2022.
Overconsumption of sugar is right now a public health crisis.
Access to healthy food is a racial and health equity issue.
We need to address these health inequities, and we need to address it in our children. There is so much added sugar in products, but you wouldn't know it because companies have stopped calling it sugar.
Maltodextrin.
Maltodextrin.
Nah, man, it's sugar.
Sugar.
It's all sugar.
150 names for sugar. How do you even start fighting that? I'll tell you how. We're exposing all of sugar's disguises.
Hip-hop legend Daryl McDaniels from the influential group Run DMC.
Sneak up in your body just to get you up. I keep changing my name to get you to look. It's the great Malta. I'm a superstar. Sneaking in the food around the house. Okay, before your next meal, better watch your mouth.
While the music video uses hip-hop to get kids excited about nutrition, the Little Sugar app uses gaming to turn kids into sugar experts. Just point your camera at any packaged food to reveal which sugar character is hiding inside. Collect all the sugars and battle your friends to earn points. It's like Pokemon Go meets public health. And the Little Sugar Storybook, geared towards younger kids, creates a moment of shared learning between parent and child. The campaign is backed by hip-hop royalty. And we've already reached millions of children through community events and school curricula nationwide.
But if we cannot mitigate these disparities, if we can't push back the waves of premature death, then marching is going to be in vain. Action is what is needed. That is what Hip Hop Public Health and Little Sugar are all about.
You can't fool us anymore, Little Sugar.
Better watch out. We're coming for you.
Your public enemy number one.
I like the idea of turning every little kid into a sugar detective. So let's now go to health and tech innovation. And this is a category that honors the creative use of digital platforms like apps or AI to improve health outcomes or access. Examples, brilliant, just getting healed by scrolling a phone. So let's watch this. From Brazil, and it won a Grand Prix in 2023.
3 anos atrás, você perceberia que eu estava sorrindo. Hoje você não pode ver se eu estou feliz ou triste.
I like these two, paper organs from Taiwan, and one in 2024.
In Chinese culture, it's believed that after death, one's body must remain intact for them to reach heaven.
台湾在推动器官捐赠最大的困难是有关于风俗民情跟文化的部分，因为大家都希望就是死了以后保留全尸的这个概念，也导致签署的一个困难性。
Paper organs are designed through traditional paper artistry to break the Chinese funeral custom that the body must remain intact, thus making organ donation taboo. Burning paper replicas is believed to enable loved ones to send precious items to the deceased in the afterlife. This fulfills the donors and their families' wishes that the body must remain intact and assists hospitals in convincing the families to give consent. But most importantly, carries out the donor's wishes.
Okay, so now to healthcare services and insurance, branding and communication for hospitals, clinics, insurers, and health plans. I know that hospitals advertising is quite tricky, but I know that some hospitals are able to find a way around it. So what this category also honors is their ability to find a way to express themselves despite the limitations and regulatory environment. So let's see some of the examples. So these examples are not about hospitals, but they are from insurance. So the last performance is from New Zealand.
Wow, didn't plan on this.
Well, I didn't see this coming.
Heck, I didn't even get to take out life insurance.
Anyone could end up here. No pulse, no clothes, no life insurance.
Pull me deeper underground. Pull me deeper underground.
Well, this is unexpected. People usually have to pay to get me under the sheets. Still, she did buy me a G&T, even if it did turn out to be a gin and tranquilizer.
Okay, so employee well-being and internal care initiatives that support mental health, safety, and wellness within organizations. These are the ones that every working person can relate to. So what happens if someone takes ill and is no longer able to do their daily official functions?
I have to fight for my life and be alive for my family, which means I'm going to be forced to quit. I'm going to lose the one thing I have that I'm still good at.
I'm a cancer patient with no insurance.
Did I get fired for having stage 4 lung cancer? Yes.
Her employer fired her after she was diagnosed with stage 3 cervical cancer.
Your cancer played a role in you losing your job. Absolutely, 100%.
at the hospital where I was getting treatment, other women who would have their chemo session and be so scared that if they did not go back to work, that they would lose their jobs.
I was scared out of my mind to tell my employers.
They think you're weak. You're not as productive as everyone else. Basically, we're damaged goods.
A new global initiative is working to eliminate the stigma around cancer diagnoses at work.
This pledge will guarantee job security for all Publicis Group employees diagnosed with cancer for 1 year, so they can focus on treatment, not work.
A new initiative that was launched at Davos this year called Working with Cancer.
This January in Davos, we presented the Working with Cancer initiative to our International Business Council.
Not all Super Bowl commercials are lighthearted. Some have a more serious, powerful message.
I chose to sign the Pledge of Working with Cancer. The moment I saw it, I realized how valuable this is for an organization.
I am proud to support the Working with Cancer campaign.
We're taking the Working with Cancer Pledge.
Bank of America is happy to join the Working with Cancer Pledge.
I am not aware of anything like this ever coming together before.
Proud to be a founding partner of the Working with Cancer Pledge.
Help save lives, period.
Yeah, so health equity and advocacy campaigns addressing disparities in healthcare access, representation, and outcomes. This is a very cheeky one from New Zealand again, and see how they used humor to talk about something that is really horrible. So just watch.
The World Health Organization estimates 4.1 billion people have the herpes virus.
My lip! It's a disgusting...
Yet no one takes it seriously.
I can get a phone call from a person that literally believes their lives are over.
To stop the stigma, we needed to make herpes a national priority.
Once upon a time, the world wanted to be New Zealand. We had the cup, the clean green image, the Earth's sexiest accent. Everyone wanted a slice of our pie. We need something new to be proud of, to put us back on the map.
New Zealand loves to be the best in the world, and now a few famous faces have set us a new challenge.
The educational content series features iconic Kiwis, with each lesson breaking down an aspect of herpes stigma.
To make New Zealand the most herpes-friendly country in the world, how are we going to do that?
Worldwide qualitative research measured attitudes towards herpes, creating a global leaderboard. New Zealand began at number 9. The site measured destigmatization course engagement in real time. The more each country learned, the faster it climbed the leaderboard.
It's bold as fuck.
You can count on New Zealand to make it funny too.
And since then, it's like, let's lower the stigma. Let's get rid of it.
I've had sex with heaps of people who have that's
After 8 weeks, we beat the entire world.
New Zealand, we are officially the best place in the world to have herpes.
And the results confirmed our title.
You guys get whiteboards, that'll blow your mind. I'm Sir Buck Shelford, one of the toughest bastards in New Zealand.
Congratulations, New Zealand. I'm so fucking proud of you all.
So that's it for care. Let me know if you have any question on anything that we've talked about today. If you're a panelist and you have access to microphone and you want to say something, you can also go ahead. But if there are no questions, we'll draw the line here, and we'll meet tomorrow for another fantastic edition.